Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Dagnan. We start in Whitehaven tonight, where community members and political leaders of the small Luzerne County borough are concerned with the closing of the Whitehaven Center that's slated for over the next 3 years. Members of Whitehaven Borough Council plan to have someone at a public hearing that's going to be held on the closure of one of the largest employers in the Whitehaven area. Council members are fearing the economic impacts that the closure will have. The center sits in Foster Township. However, the borough could see a drop in economic activity. State Representatives Tara Toohill and Gerald Mullery are working to find a location large enough to host the meeting in the borough. They also want someone from Whitehaven Council to talk about how the closing will affect the town. Council President John Klim said no one on council wants the center to close. The center has 112 residents and 429 employees. Meanwhile, family members and caregivers of the residents of Whitehaven Center met yesterday with state officials to discuss transitions for those residents into other living arrangements. After the meeting, the sentiment was the same. They will do what they have to do to keep the facility in Foster Township from closing. The state made the announcement last week that the Whitehaven Center and another in Venango County will close in 3 years because the state is moving away from such institutionalized caregiving. That formal hearing is set for September 12th, and right now it's set for Hazleton. And again, some lawmakers are trying to get the locations changed to a site closer or perhaps even the center itself. A woman that was found unconscious on Seibert Street early Wednesday morning was later charged with assaulting hospital staff that day. Hazleton police say they found the woman on the sidewalk and woke up where officers found an empty suspected heroin fentanyl packet near where she was laying and similar empty ones in her wallet, along with 2 hypodermic needles and 6 full packets in her purse. When 39-year-old Tammy Leitzel of Hazleton was taken to Hazleton's hospital, she began to act out. Staff had to restrain her after she hit a nurse, punched a security guard, and struck a doctor. Leitzel faces 3 counts of aggravated assault and 3 summary counts of harassment, along with possession of a controlled substance, among other charges. Leitzel was arraigned Thursday. She was released on $10,000 unsecured bail. A West Hazleton woman called police after a Hazleton man broke into her home last Thursday night. The victim had a restraining order against 39-year-old Esdri Contreras, who broke into her home at 510 North Street in West Hazleton just after 9 o'clock. The woman told her daughter to call police, and when they tried to take him into custody, he resisted. An officer sustained a laceration to his nose after being hit in the face by Contreras. He faces charges of burglary, aggravated assault, and resisting arrest. He was taken to Luzerne County Prison after failing to post $75,000 bail. A Hanover Township police officer sustained minor injuries after being assaulted during an altercation early Sunday morning. Police were called to a report of a fight on Phillip Street around 2:30 a.m. It was there that 19-year-old Kenneth Howells tried to jump onto the roof of a police car. He then proceeded to threaten an officer while throwing punches. He was arrested after a brief struggle and charged with aggravated assault, terroristic threats, and disorderly conduct, among other charges. He was taken to prison, unable to post $75,000 bail. 2 people were taken into custody on drug charges yesterday by Ashley police. 34-year-old Ross Wally and 30-year-old Samantha Konopke, both of Shavertown, were found to be in possession of heroin and drug paraphernalia. The incident happened after police say they spotted the pair in the rear parking lot of Bentley's nightclub on Route 309. Coming up on WYLN News, a new owner coming to town, plus looking for a few good horses. But first, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. The humidity slowly disappearing, and the change will be noticeable by the weekend. We'll be right back.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square. Not only is Krugel's Georgetown Deli and Beer your craft beer headquarters, they have great food too. Check out Georgetown's Pub Fare menu. G-Town scallops, cheesy crab pretzel, smoked brisket, smoked wings, and more. Or how about their Flight and Bites with your choice of sauces and 5-ounce draft beers. They have a great selection of craft beers on tap, and you can get it to go in a crowler. Stop in and play Keno or other Pennsylvania lottery games. Krugel's Georgetown Deli and Beer in Wilkes-Barre Township, right next to the Big Cow. Check them out on the web at georgetowndeli.com.
BLB Auto Sales, a division of Bar Bush Automotive. BLB has deals that can't be beat. They carry trucks, vans, SUVs, sedans, and sports cars, and all at the lowest prices. Bar Bush Automotive can handle all vehicle repairs since they do it all. Check out their specials: oil change and filter, just $19.95. Alignment, $49.95. Professional and good people. Call 570-454-7571.
There is a new owner for the only Hazleton Auto Mall dealership that remained opened. Lithium Motors from Oregon obtained an occupancy permit for Hazleton Honda. The Honda location was the only one left open after 3 others closed last year. 4 closure proceedings have been filed against the Kia and Hyundai dealerships in Luzerne County Court. Court records show the auto mall is assessed at $3.3 million, and taxes of over $69,000 are outstanding from last year. No word if there will be any changes at the Honda location. Supervisors in Black Creek Township will be rebidding some road projects in the township. The board is looking to resurfacing Cedar Head and Church roads along with Red Fox Lane. The township put the roads out to bid in June, but no one bid on the project. Township engineer said he's prepared to open the job to bids again. However, after talking with some contractors, he said they continue to be backed up due to the weather on other existing jobs. The engineer also recommended repairing Chicks Lane as a multi-phase, multi-year project to allow the township to budget for an overall paving 8 to 10 years down the road. Select areas can be done for base repair and surface treatment ahead of that. Some good news for property owners in Luzerne County. Your tax bills are on the way if they haven't already arrived. County Manager Dave Pedri said the bills for all 12 school districts were mailed Friday. The mailing of the tax bills had been delayed by lingering problems that followed a cyber attack on the county computer network back in late May. Officials were unable to access the county assessment database, which contains information about parcels throughout the county. Property owners who pay their school property tax bill in full by October 18th will receive a 2% discount. New property owners with deeds filed after May 25th should contact their local tax collector to obtain a copy of their tax bill. Any changes to properties after May 25th, such as demolition, subdivision, or add-on construction, will be handled by the county assessor's office via an additional bill or a future abatement or refund. The Schuylkill Firefighters Convention kicked off this week. WYLN's Julia Wiegand has more on what's the agenda for its 65th anniversary.
The Tamaqua Fire Department kicked off the Schuylkill Firefighters Convention this week. 1955 Fire Chief Frank Baer started a Schuylkill Fire Chiefs Association, which then grew into all departments throughout the county, keeping their lines of communication fluid. As Tamaqua's department picks up hosting the event this year, it's still going strong 65 years later.
We had our kickoff event yesterday. We had the stair climb at the Tamaqua High Rise. It's a 15-story building in Tamaqua. We climbed that 7 times up, 7 times down, and then 5 floors up, 5 floors down, 110 stories in honor of the fallen brothers from 911. We walked for last year's line of duty deaths. And then last night we had a memorial service for all the line of duty deaths that we have in Schuylkill County, which I believe came out to be 37. And that was attended by about 145 firefighters.
Last night's training event at South Ward Fire Company involved the Allentown Fire Department coming in to talk what to say, when to say it, how to say it, and radio protocol.
Our instructor tonight is Sean O'Neill, captain of the Allentown Fire Department. From here we continue to Thursday out at the New England Fire Company out in Walker Township. We have approximately probably close to 200 registrants from the county coming to this dinner meeting.
Saturday's parade at 1 p.m. will wrap up the week, starting by the Old St. Jerome's Church on West Broad and Swatara Streets.
We're proceeding east to Railroad Street, going north on Railroad Street. We'll be going up to Elm, cutting east on Elm Street, then south on Pine Street, then continue east on East Broad Street to continue out to the old Jamesway, which is now the BET properties. We'll be continuing it out there.
Tamaqua Fire Chief James Conley said over 200 participants have registered for the parade so far, along with 5 bands, so he hopes it'll be a good time for everybody.
Be kind to us firefighters. We're here to do a job to help protect you, and the best way you can help us protect you is to protect yourself and be safe out there.
Reporting in Tamaqua for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
The Pennsylvania State Police are looking for a few good horses. People from the community can donate horses for the State Police Mounted Patrol Unit. The equines must be geldings between 5 and 15 years of age and stand between 16 and 18 hands tall and have quiet, sound dispositions. The horses are used for crowd control, security, and patrols, and often participate in parades and other community events. Once the animals are retired, they're offered back to their original owners, or the department will find them suitable homes. They will be accepted on a 120-day trial basis to determine their suitability. The Pennsylvania Lottery has created a new second chance game where participants have a shot at a trip to New York City for New Year's Eve, or $1 million. Players can enter any winning or non-winning draw game tickets for the second chance prizes. The drawing will run through September 26th. The winners will be announced in October. Coming up on Orangeville's News Choice, bus stops and the state police. Details on Trooper Talk Tuesday. Plus, as we head out to break, it's 19 days until Fun Fest, and of course, kids are a big part. There will be a full fun array of kids' activities happening inside the lobby of Lackawanna College. Stay with us.
Don't make the big box mistake. Shop local and save at Grand Central in Hazleton. Get better prices than the big box store on our huge selection of furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics at Grand Central in Hazleton and at the Laurel Mall.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Tri-County has been keeping your office up to speed since 1969. Everything your office needs: office supplies, personal and custom business forms, business cards, office furniture, new and used office equipment. copy, print, and scan solutions with wide format capabilities. Leasing is also available. Free off-street parking and free local delivery. Tri-County Business Machines, 117 East Broad Street in Hazleton, 570-459-0754. Family owned and operated since 1969.
Don't make the big box mistake. Shop local and save at Grand Central in Hazleton. Get better prices than the big box store on our huge selection of furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics at Grand Central in Hazleton and at the Laurel Mall.
Welcome to Trooper Talk Tuesday here on WYLN. Everyone, I'm Gary Pern. I'm with Trooper Anthony Petrowski from Pennsylvania State Police Hazleton. And believe it or not, like it or not, we're going to be going back to school very shortly here in our area. And we want to just remind you of being safe this summer when you're going into the school season, when you're on the roadways, getting those bus stops will be out there, kids will be out there. So, we want to get everyone starting to think and pay attention when they're out on the road. So Trooper Petrowski, always, school will be starting when we see a school bus. There are many different streets in our area. We have just 2-lane highways, we have 4 lanes, or divided, undivided. So we just need to pay attention that when we see a school bus, we need to stop and pay attention.
Yeah, and you have to remember that. Kids are excited that they're getting home from school. They want to go see their parents. They want to get home. So they're not necessarily thinking, well, I got to stop, look both ways, cross the road. A lot of times they just run right out. So as licensed drivers, we have a responsibility to make sure that these kids and other pedestrians are safe. So you got to remember, if it's a divided highway, if you're going the opposite direction, you do not need to stop if there's a divider in between. But if there's not a divider in between, you still need to stop if you're on the opposite lane. And again, that's for kids that may be crossing the road to get to their house on the other side, or they're running across the road. We have to watch out for the best interest of these kids.
And we've seen a lot of videos on social media today of cars running, when the stop sign comes out, or, they're thinking, oh, I can get through that real fast, and the sign comes out. But the school buses have the warning lights, and then they have the stop lights on them. And that doesn't mean speed up. It's,
no, it does not. No.
You need to pay attention because, things are happening.
Right, and that goes back to something we always talk about, distracted driving, and keeping your eyes on the road. Focus on your task at hand, and that is to get from point A to point B safely. So if there's a bus in front of you, you shouldn't be looking at anything else from the road. You should be having your eyes on the road, so if that bus, the lights come on, and that arm comes out, you could stop, and you have to stop at least 10 feet behind that bus to allow some room for the kids to travel in and out.
I was just going to ask you, so it's 10 feet. You can't be right up on it.
No.
And what about if you're in the opposite lane, you're going towards the bus, you need to give them room up front as well?
Same thing, yes, same thing. Okay. And again, this allows the kids room. So if they go behind the bus or in front of the bus, and again, even though the bus driver may tell them which way to go, they're kids, they're excited, they're home, they're out of school. So again, we have a responsibility as a driver, we do. And that is a big responsibility, and we just have to pay attention.
Not only with the bus, but sometimes in the morning, kids will be getting ready to go to the bus stop. They'll be walking, and in your neighborhood, you probably should familiarize yourself where your bus stops are. Maybe there's a way you can avoid them. You don't have to worry about being there. But also, if you do have to drive by them, if you live in a cul-de-sac or something, use caution because, again, kids will be gathering there in the morning, and so we're not always awake first thing in the morning as adults either, so it needs to pay attention.
That's true, and you know what? If it does impede your flow to work, leave a couple minutes earlier. It's going to save in the long run. But again, this is very important, especially in the morning. It might be dark out in the morning. We have to pay attention to these school buses and the school bus stops. It's very important. And as a state police, we get complaints all the time of cars speeding past bus stops and not stopping for the buses. This is important. And if there's a trooper out there that sees a violation like this, they will pull the person over.
All right, so pay attention. We'll be starting school here soon, so the buses will be out. Familiarize yourself where the school buses are going to be. Leave extra time and pay attention when you're on the road. Kind of anywhere between 7 in the morning and 9, buses are going to be out, and about 2 to 4. So leave extra time, know where they're going to be, and pay attention because we really don't want to harm a child who wants to live a carefree life because they're kids and they want to have fun.
That's right.
But pay attention. That's what it is all about. Thanks for joining us here on Trooper Talk Tuesday. We'll see you next time here on WYLN.
Zackle Chiropractic, East Broad Street in Hazleton has the health care you've been waiting for. Whether it's a chronic issue or something new, Sacco Chiropractic has the most up-to-date techniques and therapies to help with any ailment. From his days of playing football with the Cougars and then in college, Dr. Scott Sacco has an elite understanding of sports injuries and how to correct them. Whether you are an athlete, a weekend warrior, or a grandmother, we can help with multiple issues. Call today to see why relief is super, man. 570-497-4150.
Your exciting new TV experience is here. Smarter, faster, easier to use. With live TV, recordings, video on demand, and streaming apps, all in a single place. When you're looking for something new, recommendations are tailored to you. Voice-powered, personalized results to find what you want faster. And the unlimited potential of smart home. The new experience from TiVo is here.
Have your event with Whitetail, graduation, birthday, bachelor, reunion parties? They have the most tranquil backyard experience with beautiful mountains in the background. If your company or business wants a different alternative to a golf outing, they have outings that can accommodate you. You can have the entire facility to yourself. They will work with you to set up your day of events. Sporting clay competitions, trap and wobble trap games, skeet. After a day of shooting, you'll return to a meal designed for you. Call Mike at 570-535-6123 for available group options.
Another new Talkin' NEPA show was taped today in our Wyln studios. This time, Gary Perna joined by Hazleton Area Superintendent Brian Uplinger. The pair talked about the start of the 2019-2020 school year, overcrowding, and new programs.
Be patient. We're doing our best with 11,600 plus students. There are some things that will go awry. Be patient with the buses getting to school, picking your students up or children up in the morning and dropping them off in the afternoon. Be patient. There are some tweaks that took place with some routes, not major. So please be patient with that. High school students coming in, be patient with the process of changing your courses. If there's something you didn't ask for and it's on your schedule, go see the guidance counselor, but be patient. You know, they're dealing with a lot of students that are coming in, and something like that may be happening to them as well, or they're missing a class and we need to add it for them. Again, just stressing please be patient. We will take care of your issues that you have.
This Talkin' NEPA will start airing this weekend and into next week as Hazleton Area prepares to go back to school Monday, August 26th. Only 3 more days until the 2019 high school football season kicks off. WYLN's Ryan Osachi has the preview for Dem Dogs.
The Berwick Bulldogs are ready for another year of football after coming off a successful 9-3 season, making it to the District 2 Class 4A semifinals, and a great situation for new head coach Carmen DiFrancesco.
I've coached at 5 previous schools. Other than Mount Carmel, this is a program that I've come into where it's pretty well in place. We've got talented players, they're smart kids, they've been well coached, and they love football. So I've been away for 4 years, so to step into a program like this, it's been a real luxury for me.
After former head coach Frank Sheptock stepped down and went to King's College, DiFrancesco, who has 22 years of coaching experience and 5 Division IV titles, was chosen to step in during the offseason. DiFrancesco couldn't be more excited to contribute to the school's rich football program history.
The kids have looked great. They've responded well to our coaching style. They work hard. The one thing that I've really noticed is the love they have for the football game and the love they have to practice. They practice hard, and that's rare. We've got Tegan Wilk, obviously number 1. He accepted a scholarship to East Carolina. We've got Mike Suluco, a linebacker. We've got Ryan Labaugh, who's going to play a quarterback for us. And weak side safety, Mason Labaugh is an interior lineman that is as quick as I've ever seen. He's going to get some looks. I could go on and on and on, but as a matter of fact, the starting 5 offensive linemen are back from last year, so that's a real big plus for us.
DeFrancesco is aware of the long, successful history of Berwick football under the late George Curry and is ready to take on the task as head coach.
I've been very familiar with the coach. Curry and I have been friends for 30 years, so I'm well aware of the history here, and it's going to be my job to carry on the torch.
Even with decades of coaching experience, DeFrancesco shouldn't be nervous, right?
I'm nervous. Yeah, you know, no matter how long you coach, that very first game, if you're not nervous, you don't care, okay? And I'm a human being, and I care. And when we walk out there for the first game, I'm going to be nervous.
The Berwick Bulldogs will kick off their season Friday, August 23rd, as they travel to play the Pittston Patriots. Reporting for Wyln Sports, I'm Ryan Osachi.
And that's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN TV.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
The Falvella Law Firm, located at 641 Route 93 in Sugarloaf, offers help with car and truck accidents, wills, powers of attorney, and estates. With a small team of attorneys, they work directly with each and every client